Are you ready to expect the unexpected? We have a powerful full moon in the sign of Leo that is happening on February 12th. This moon is not only powerful in its own right because Leo is just so full of light and charisma and creativity, but let's just add a lot of Uranian energy into it with the T square between the sun and Uranus, and anything is possible. I'm Megan Mermaid, and I'm the headmistress of Mermaid Mystery School, and I am here to bring you your energy update. This message is relevant from February 12th through February 26th, and we are going to go all into what to expect in this full moon portal. So full moons in general are a time of release. It's a time when the light is shining the brightest and when secrets are revealed and what we see can't be unseen. Full moons are also a time where we step into this space of culmination. So whatever you've been working towards over the past 6 months is going to reach some type of completion. It's like the closing of one cycle before we begin the next. And when we talk about Leo, Leo is all about that powerful energy of joy, of creativity, of playfulness, of stepping into the spotlight of your life and shining in your own unique and beautiful way, which is so important right now with everything that is happening on the planet. We're in such a space of chaos that this energy of Leo, which is ruled by the sun, is saying, in order to make an impact, which the sun in Aquarius wants to do, we have to step into the space where we shine brightest. It was so interesting because I was listening to a book by Thich Nhat Hanh, and he shared that every hurried step imprints anxiety on the earth. And I was like, whoa, that really hit hard. Every hurried step we take imprints anxiety on the earth. So when we're stepping into this very delicate energy of the full moon portal, we have to ask ourselves, especially because Mars is finishing out its retrograde cycle, it will be going direct on the 23rd. We've got to ask, where can we balance our need to shine with this feeling of urgency that we have to do things, even if it is affecting our self-care or if it's just not aligning. And alignment is going to be so important to navigate you through whatever is coming up in this full moon portal. I received another message that if it doesn't make you shine, it's no longer aligned. And so when we think of this square to Uranus, Uranus is this energy of disruption, right? It's this energy of expecting the unexpected, surprises, changes, something happening out of the blue, someone reaching out of the blue, a situation coming out of the blue. It's like this lightning bolt that hits you. And especially because it's a square, it can temporarily create tension. I really want to focus on this word temporarily because Uranian energy is meant to disrupt and have the lightning bolt, and then it's over. And you're left to figure out what to do, how to pick up the pieces, how to rebuild, how to shift directions. So oftentimes when we're stepping into energy that can create a little bit of uncertainty or stress, there's a part of us that wants to prepare or plan, and we can't do that with Uranian energy. We can only prepare ourselves through our self-care practice by being present and trusting whatever happens, whatever changes, whatever comes our way. It's meant to liberate us. That's what Uranian energy is for. It's meant to liberate us. This moon is also opposing the asteroid Ceres. So Ceres is this motherly, nurturing energy. And so again, it goes back to this idea of Mars being in retrograde. We can't control what's happening outside of us, to ourselves, to other people, to the world. There's so much, right? And we can get sucked into it. We can absorb it all and want to help everyone and everything. But it's actually not possible to be of support on this planet if we're not taking care of ourselves. So maybe the unexpected change or shift is pointing or highlighting where in your life you need to nurture and honor and take care of yourself so you can stay in the game and not feel depleted or fatigued or overwhelmed or frustrated. Another thing about Leo energy, as a Leo myself, with Mars and Mercury in Leo, I'm definitely an expert in Leo energy. And the shadow side of Leo can often be this feeling of not being seen or acknowledged or approved of or validated. But with this T square to Uranus, it's like we have to rebel against that. And rather than looking for that external validation, we have to start nourishing and giving ourselves what we need and recognizing we are divinity. We are everything that we've been looking for. So whether that's meditation or yoga or going out in nature or drinking more water, whatever you can do to take care of your body and listen to your inner child, because the fifth house, which Leo rules, is all about children and about our inner child. And so we have to really just be kind and gentle to ourselves, because we're going to be asked to step out and shine more so than we've been asked before. If there's a part of you that feels nervous about being seen, that's okay. But a teacher once told me that the more that you're seen, the safer that you are. We all have a different way of spreading the same message. And what I mean by that is the message of truth is truth, but there are so many paths to truth and there are so many voices for every path. But I don't say that as a way of discouragement of, oh, if there's so many people out there that are creating or sharing or posting content or talking about these things, why is my voice necessary? And so I want to break that down, because everyone is going to resonate with someone and something different. So when you're shining and when you are sharing your truth with your audience, there will be people that are magnetized to you and the way that you share your message. The way that I share my message and the way that you share your message are going to be very different. So some people will resonate with me, some people will resonate with you, and some people will resonate with someone else, but we're all necessary and we're all needed. Another thing about Leo is about joy. And right now, when it feels like the world is burning down and everything's falling apart, we can often question if it's okay to feel joyful. But we really have to step into this space of recognizing that joy is the highest frequency. And this moon is also asking us to take a long, hard look at where we're still attached to people or situations that don't honor us, that don't see us, that can't see our light. The energy of Leo is inviting you to step onto this starring role of your life. But I get it if it's felt like relationships or people or experiences have not mirrored back your specialness or your sparkle. And maybe you feel like that sparkle has been dulled in some way. And maybe you're holding on to the hope that a relationship will change or that someone will see your value. This moon is going to really ask us to take an honest, hard look at where we're holding on to the things that can't see us for who we really are. And it's beautiful to have hope, but we also have to have boundaries, because our role is very important on the planet at this time. So again, if it's not contributing to your shine, it's no longer aligned. This is the opportunity to take back your power and to take back your joy and to recognize that it's safe to be seen and to sparkle and to share your joy in the world. So what happens then in this Uranian energy where we don't know what's happening, but we know that changes are coming? That can create a lot of anxiety. And so we just have to be with that. We have to recognize that sometimes the lesson is not knowing, and sometimes the lesson is trusting that no matter what, we'll always be okay. If we can hold on to that idea that no matter what, we'll always be okay, we will be. And let's just take one more piece of information into our contemplation, because once Mars goes direct on February 23rd, we have maybe a few days, and then on March 1st, Venus goes direct. So 2025 is like a year of no mercy. We are going from one initiation into the next. And now that we're stepping out of Mars retrograde, which we will feel by the new moon that's happening on the 27th, we're going to have to take that time to pause and to evaluate, okay, I've been going back and I've been doing all of this inner searching for how I take action, what I desire, how I go for the things I want, what is working in my life. And now we're going to be seeing in this full moon the fruits of our labor. We're going to receive some type of epiphany or aha moment. Something is going to be revealed, and it's going to help us to realign if we've gotten off the path somehow. But that's just the action part. Then we have to go deeper into how we feel, into our heart, because in this human experience, following our heart is the safest path. It's the way out of the low vibrational frequencies into the light of truth and to our connection with divinity. So as Venus goes retrograde, first in Aries and then in Pisces, we're going to be doing this long, deep dive into our heart. We can do this though. Oh yeah, and throw in a Mercury retrograde on top of that. This is a year where it's really about reflection. And so if it feels like you're not seeing the results just yet, Leo energy wants to go, 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 right? But Mars energy is saying pause. And that's where we have to go back to this idea of the urgency and the anxiety. Because again, if we want to shine for the world, we have to shine from a space of presence, from a space of confidence, from a space of courage, and from a space of embodiment. And we can only get there through our self-care practice and recognizing that we are worthy of our own love. We're worthy of rest. We're worthy of pauses. We're worthy of realistic expectations and goals for ourselves. So let's get into the cards for some deeper messages. We have the Queen of Swords. So as we step into this Leo moon, this swords energy, this Uranian energy is saying, if it's not aligned, it's got to go. It's got to go. Where do you need to wield the sword? And remember how far you've come. Remember how amazing you are, how valuable you are, and recognize that if someone or something cannot see or mirror back your value, it does not make you less valuable. But the Queen of Swords energy is saying, if you want to keep that value, if you want to keep that sparkle, you've got to let it go. Ask for the support to let it go. You don't even have to know how. And we have the Knight of Pentacles. So again, it's the slow moving energy that we've got to be in a space of grounded energy. So it's like we've got to set boundaries, and then we've got to work on small, consistent, achievable action steps. With this Mars retrograde energy, if we're trying to do too much, we're going to burn out. We're going to burn out, and we're going to feel it in our mind, in our body, in our energy levels. And then we have the Queen of Wands, two queens. So it's like we've got to protect our mind and our boundaries and our space. And then we've got to step into our power. The Queen of Wands does not give a you-know-what about what other people think of her. She's too busy creating. She's too busy changing things. She's too busy making the world a better place, doing what she loves. So let these two energies align your mind and your soul and your passions and your heart back to what you came to this planet for, without the distractions of everything that's being dismantled in the background. That's why it's even more important to be shining. Well, everything is burning down. Keep singing. All right, we also have the Four of Cups, and we have the Two of Pentacles. So the T-square between the sun and the moon and Uranus, it's like, how do we balance all this stuff in our lives? How do we balance this mission that we have with being a human, with having all of our responsibilities and having work-life balance? And it's just balance. You have to sit with, like, how do I need to balance my life? And maybe there's this significant disruption in this moon that's showing you where the imbalance is. So pay attention to that. Four of Cups is also this feeling of, it's like we want something, we want it, we have a desire for it, but we really have to sit with, okay, where am I pushing good things away? Because I either don't think that it's possible, or I don't think I'm worthy enough, or I don't have the space for it. This is saying, hey, you've been asking for something, but you're not looking that it's here, that it wants to be offered to you. So we're going to receive some kind of awareness of that. Moving on to my deck, the Mermaid Empowerment Oracle deck, we have receptivity. And the Mermaid Empowerment is, I am open and receptive. So again, this Four of Cups energy is like saying, no, no, thank you. Even though the universe is like, you prayed for this. Whatever is coming now, it's a blessing. It might be a blessing in disguise that feels just like a disruption, but it's a blessing. So how can we be open to receive it and open to receive the lessons? From the Starseed Oracle, we have lost lands, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. So I love how this is saying you've done this before. We've been preparing for lifetimes for this moment on the planet, this very exciting and very terrifying moment. And it's your moment to shine. So you've got to remember that you've got this, and whatever gifts or talents or abilities or resources that you need, it's possible. And then we have worthiness. This is where it comes down to, where Leo can look on the outside as being so confident and so self-assured. But inside, there's this little cub, this little lion cub that just wants to be validated. But we've got to validate ourselves. We've got to recognize that we're worthy simply because we're a fractal of God consciousness. And there will never be another you. You're beautiful and perfect and amazing just as you are. So it's time to cut the cords and the boundaries of the past and step into the unknown of your radiance and your sparkle and your shine, because the world desperately, desperately needs you to be shining right now. So if you want to go deeper, you can book a galactic channeled reading with me or a mystical mentorship session. You can also catch the replay of my Defiant Joy ceremony, which will walk you through how to step into this revolution with defiant joy, rebellious service, and creative alchemy in this powerful year of the wood snake. And so this is a year where we have to really wait until just the right moment to strike. But if we can pay attention and if we can be patient for that moment to appear, the only option is success. Have a beautiful full moon.